Oh my god, I'm live again. I cannot believe this. I'm live again. Y'all, I know it's late, but I couldn't sleep, so I had to talk to y'all. Y'all gotta just give me 5 minutes. Okay, maybe 10. Maybe 10 minutes. Maybe I lied. Maybe 10 minutes. How y'all doing tonight? I'm finna talk to the third shift people that they really don't be working. They don't be doing nothing at their job. And then the second shift people they just got off work and then they still up snacking before they go to bed. That's who I'm talking to tonight. Since I don't, show no love to my late night crew. So look, if y'all up, y'all can come talk to me if you're up. But if not, I'm only gonna be on for about 5 to 10 minutes. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Look at here. For all my people that then got scared away from purchasing the house, it ain't too late. This is finna mess around and be the perfect time to purchase. The perfect time to purchase is finna mess around and be the perfect time to purchase. But to tell you why, real quick. So when those interest rates were like super duper unheard of low, everybody was running to buy a house, right? The only one problem is a lot of people purchase houses that were probably 10, 20, 30, 40, some cases 50, 60, $70,000 overpriced because the government knew what they were doing. They set their interest rate low for you guys, and then people was like, well, people were in that market to purchase anyway, but then it was like they got a chance to benefit for all of that because now they start with the inflation, housing market rose too fast. I don't know why. I don't know what caused it. All I know is a lot of those houses that a lot of people were fighting over, they shouldn't have went up 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000. But they did, right? So let's get past that. So a lot of people didn't even get a chance to purchase because they were frustrated, because they were outbidded, because they just was like, this is too stressful. They gave up on the process. I'm here to tell you, I hope you ain't fully gave up on the process yet. Because now it went from a seller's market and now it's starting to trend a little bit towards a buyer's market. Now, it ain't 100% a buyer's market, but I'm finna show you some information to tell you otherwise that it's still in a little small buyer's market. So let's look at the numbers because, y'all don't be listening to me no way. So let me show y'all the numbers. Let me share my screen real quick. Present, start cam, you can't invite. Why do they want to let me share my screen on this one? Invite least at present. Here we go. Oh, they call it present. they changed it from share your screen to present now. Oh, fancy schmancy. All right. 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 So first of all, let's take a look at this. A lot of y'all are freaking out about this 7% interest rate. And I did several lives even before the vacation. And I was showing you guys that this 7% ain't scary because it's what people are normally used to, right? So let's take a look at this. This is where we at right here. I'm glad I found this. I'm gonna do about 1,000 lives. I'm gonna say the same thing for about the next 30, 40 days. I promise you. Y'all gonna see the same presentation. I promise to God. So right now they say what at the end of September it was like this. October. October is at 6.94, right? Everybody's scared. Nobody want to purchase. All right, let's take a look. If you look at this graph, what it was when it got to that 297 back in the middle of right after COVID, we've never seen that before. We don't see those type of interest rates. So that's an anomaly. So when people say, well, I gotta wait till it get down to 2% before I buy me a house, that's foolish. Well, I gotta wait till it get down to 3% before I buy me a house. That's still foolish. Y'all just talking outside of y'all neck. And I hate when y'all do that and y'all don't get you know what I'm saying? It's okay to not know things, but like ask somebody, right? Don't just be saying stuff because somebody else said it. Y'all need this internet been got y'all fooled about a lot of stuff. So let me scroll to what y'all do know, what y'all so familiar with, the last recession we had, right? Right around this 06, 07, 08. What was the interest rate? Can y'all see that? Looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? So how long did it take to level out past the recession? Let's see here. It got its lowest about what's that? 2000 from 2008 all the way to 12. So in about 4 years, it got back down to 3. So it averages somewhere between 4 and 5. I bought my first house about 5, and I got it down to 4 after my first refinance. So I'm saying that to say, if you purchase at a 7 and you're like, well, I'm gonna pay a lot of money. Yes, you are. But if you purchase at a 7, and let's just say in about 3 to 4 years, because I just showed you a graph and what happens in 3 to 4 years after our economy levels itself out, figures out what's going on. I'm not gonna talk about how these people back here pay 16, 18%. And we ain't gonna talk about that. We just talking about the current, just to show y'all that interest rates were a fool a long time ago. But anyway, so you in about the next couple of years, I always tell people, or I've been telling people now, it's okay to purchase right now at a high interest rate because you can refinance and then you still can get all your money back. People say, well, I don't want to refinance because I'm adding more years onto my life of my loan. Okay, if you're getting the money back and you break even in about 3 or 5 years, or you end up, you're gonna break even about 2 to 3 years, and then after those 2 to 3 years, you're gonna start saving money, right? So let's take a look at the numbers then. Because y'all just see that now. I just showed y'all. Last recession, we was in the sixes, and then we dropped back down. We in the sixes now. And at some point, we're going to drop back down. So let's take a look at these houses, right? All right. So let's take a look at these prices. What if we got a house about 375? We put 3% down, 30-year, and it's at 7%. You're looking at a mortgage around 2,600, right? Some people going to say, okay, well, that's a little bit above my budget, but I still can afford that. Okay, well, look what happened when you drop that down. Let's say 4%. Let's just be realistic. Let's not just go back to 3. So look what happens when you drop it down to 4%. 1966. What was that at 7% again? 6.9. What was that? Somebody talk to me. 26. So you mean to tell me if you refinance in 3 years when the market levels out and you save $700? So yes, you're gonna be footing that note for the next couple of years. But if you can afford it, then why not do it? Now, for the people say, well, I can't afford it, I need to go down a little bit more. Okay, then we need to find you a smaller house. We can't be around with that champagne taste with that Bud Light budget now. But let's take a look at the houses, because I just showed you the numbers to make it why it makes sense to go ahead and get something now and then refinance in the next 2 to 3 years. But let's look at the housing, since y'all don't believe me, right? All right. So y'all know we went from not having any inventory to like having too much inventory. Like I just capped this off from 375 to 450, but like this is just 288 in that little small range. I want y'all to look and see how long these houses have been sitting on the market. That's been on the market one day. I'm over here. So you see this cursor, follow my cursor. My cursor moves over here, over here. All right. So you see that was on the market for 8 days. This was on the market for 50 days. What do you think is going to happen? This has been on the market for 50 days. This is not a bad house. This is a nice house. This is not a bad house at all. This is real spacious. I'm not gonna go through the house. We're not gonna go look at it. This ain't what this is about. Y'all want to look at them houses? Y'all contact me now. Well, I can get you into something. So if this house been on the market $50, let me talk a little realtor jargon for you. There's no way my clients are paying $415 for this. No way. Not a chance. We coming in. We might get it for the 375, depending on if them people really want to sell it or not. It's been on the market 50 days. Ain't nobody gave them folks no offer yet. So now you can get this house at 415. You can get it for less than that. Versus when you were buying homes at 3%, you were buying them $30,000 to $40,000 more than the price, right? So now we in the driver's seat when it comes to negotiation. Now, I'm telling you, we done slid into a seller's market. I don't care what nobody say. This to be built. You know what that is? New construction. And when I tell you these folks right here, they don't want to leave nothing on the market. When you get a builder that got a new construction, oh, he finna give you everything. Let me see if I can find another new construction. I'm gonna show you exactly how to be giving you everything. All right. So here in the state of Tennessee, closing cost averages out to about like 2.1%. Look right here at the bottom what this new construction person said. Up to 2% towards closing costs. So he practically giving you all your closing costs. What does that mean for you? All right, so let's talk negotiation. This house is at 417, brand new construction. Ain't nobody laid in it. Ain't nobody took a dump in it. You're going to be the first one to do everything in this house if you was to get this house. All right, well, actually it says luxury townhome, but it'll be the same if it's a house. So what happens here is at 417, I can go ahead and tell you, me and my client, we probably coming in at 400 because it's brand new. We're going to give them 400 for it. So now that we give them 400, they're going to take care of our closing costs. 9 times out of 10, if you're a first-time home buyer or it's been 3 years past the first time you purchase a home, you get to take advantage of the first-time home buyer program and not pay anything down. So you mean to tell me I can have a new client that can walk into a brand new home and they pay nothing outside of the appraisal, which is in Middle Tennessee like $500 or $450, something like that. So you mean to tell me you can buy a brand new house for $450 out the door, nothing else? Yes, you can. I just showed you how. Let's take a look and see how many. Look at this beautiful home. This beautiful home has been on the market 71 days. Oh my goodness, 71 days. This family is freaking out because they probably got this mortgage and another mortgage. And if they haven't moved yet, then they just sitting in this house waiting to be sold. I promise you, we don't have to pay $417 on this house. I promise you that. And I promise you, I can probably negotiate your closing costs still in this. We don't need no lender to give us money towards closing costs. You got Robert Lee. I can negotiate that. Let's take a look. 68 days. This has been on the market 68 days. Come on, man. Y'all thought I was playing? Well, we got a new construction. We got a new one. What else we got? 6 days, 26 days. They said they giving over $30,000 in incentives included in this one. I did not just sit here and told y'all that these new bills, they be freaking out. They cannot have inventory setting. I don't know how they giving over $30,000 in incentives, but I'm quite sure that's probably a little bit of closing. They probably gonna buy down your rate. They probably gave this an extra large primary clause. So this is probably something they probably built this house, or somebody probably they probably built this house up with all kind of luxury stuff, and they just gonna be they probably gonna give you washer and dryer in this house. They're gonna give you a lot of stuff. Because that's the only way I can figure out how $30,000 of incentives would be included. What's that? 44 days on the market. Look at that. Beautiful home. I can tell about the open living room. It has an open flow and it has a vaulted ceilings. I can tell this is a beautiful home. 44 days on the market. They ready to sell. I told y'all these houses are about to sit. And what does that mean? That means you get yourself a good realtor, real estate agent, whatever you want to call us. Call me anything but ugly. Hold on, let me start sharing it. Call me anything but ugly. Whatever you want to call me. Get yourself a good real estate agent, and y'all need to get after it. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So if you had a cousin or a sister or mama or auntie that was just like, I was finna buy a house, but it was just so frustrating. We couldn't, everybody was outbidding us. Hey, come on back. Come on back. It's about that time. It's about that time. Now, if you don't want to spend no money before Christmas, I understand. I really don't, but I pretend to understand. Like, because, hey, this is the time. The time is now. Because when I tell you, when it slide back into a buyer's market, you're going to be mad now. You're going to be mad. When it slide back into a seller's market, you're going to be upset. Because right now, it's a buyer's market. You cannot sit here and tell me that it's not a buy. I just showed you. I really just showed you. So listen, I told you I wasn't gonna keep you long. I probably like 4 minutes over my time. What's up, Ash? What you doing? What you doing up? What you doing up? Price should drop. Oh yeah, the price is dropping. You don't got to worry about that. So listen, let's recap in 60 seconds. Whatever the price is to whatever home you see on Zillow or whatever you're using to look at these houses, there's a real estate agent that can get you into that house for less than $20,000 less than what you see. You know why? Because that house is sitting. And I just showed you brand new constructions that are sitting, and they are paying you to get into those homes. When they start giving you closing costs, they start giving you all these incentives, things that you typically would have to pay. Now, when it was just a seller's market, I had clients that had to pay their closing costs. They had to pay this. They had to pay extra. They had to pay $20,000 extra. They had to pay their own closing costs. By the time they got done, it was They spent a lot of money. But that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to get in their home. And rightfully so. But now, y'all let this interest rate scare y'all and trying to keep y'all from purchasing the house when it's the perfect time. Because guess what? In 2 or 3 years and you refinance, you're going to be right back down to probably just your interest rate ain't going to be low as some people that got them twos, but you're going to be right there above them at them threes and fours. And so what? You got to pay a mortgage of what we say, 26, it was 2,600 on that example I gave you. And then in 3 years, it's going to be down to 16 or whatever it was. I can't remember. Hold on, I click on it. Well, let me see. What was it going to be down? It was going to be down from 26 to 19. Like, that's a win-win. So make sure y'all share this to the people when they wake up in the morning, and the people when y'all wake up in the morning, make sure y'all watch it all the way through. It's not long. So don't do me that. Don't do me like that. Y'all have a wonderful night. Let me see if I can go find something to sleep. Need a little nightcap. Get something to drink. Y'all have a wonderful night, though.